Alrighty, so I did build Freyja's Relic, and I'm not exactly sure what to think about it yet. I haven't actually tried it. This is going to be my first attempt at doing Nidhogg with the boss, or with the new Relic. We're going to try to go for at least beating floor 2, hopefully. I don't know how well that's going to go, but yeah, I'm not insanely familiar with Nidhogg's sort of gimmicks or, I guess like his mechanics yet, so this should be hopefully decent. I don't know, training, or just I don't know what to call it really, but the Relic is very interesting. A lot of people really don't like it because it kind of locks her into Nidhogg, unfortunately. But in Demonic Beast Battle Nidhogg, the hero's single target attacks have a stance cancel effect, so the Flood gains stance cancel. Increases all stats of allies by 4% every time the hero inflicts damage using skills up to 5 times. So that's pretty good. That's a 20% stat increase for all stats, which helps with, lifesteal, etc. The hero is given the additional race Goddess, which is affected by Goddess's unique abilities. If all allies on the battlefield are Goddess, each Goddess ally increases the hero's attack-related stats by 10%. So that's a 40% increase if you're running a full Goddess team, which you probably should be at this point. I have a friend who does a lot of testing and stuff with these kind of characters. He does a lot of Demonic Beast battles, and I don't know if it's global only, or if, I don't know, maybe he's like reading the passive wrong, or maybe the passive is just written wrong, but I think there's a bug with Freyja's passive at the moment where she does not actually get benefits from other goddess allies passives like it says that it should. So you can see here it says which is affected by goddess unique allies or abilities. I don't think it actually works the way it's supposed to. He was sending me some screenshots of him trying out the character and everything, and it didn't seem like she was getting any of the buffs besides her own unique buffs or her own Holy Relic buffs. So a bit of a unfortunate scenario there. Hopefully they're either aware of this, or it maybe needs to be reworded, or I don't know, maybe it is just a complete bug and they'll fix it sometime in the near future. I don't know exactly, but we'll try to look at that a little bit as we go through. This is the team that people are using for like consistent, or I say consistent, but like this is the quote-unquote best team that people are using for Nidhogg at the moment. I don't really know what the best scenario here is, but I know that a lot of people will try to push for Liz ult turn 1, and then maybe we can just get some damage on the board. I don't think floor 1 is going to be too difficult. I did watch Marilli's video on floor 3, and floor 3 looks absolutely insane. So if you don't know, in floors 1 and 2, you have to worry about this gauge mechanic on the side once you get to the last phase. So on phase 3, where you're actually fighting kind of like, I guess, the dragon himself, but I don't know, you're fighting another thing in the middle, and then he's kind of just in the background. But yeah, I don't know. You have to deal with that mechanic from phase 3 basically throughout the entire fight. So every boss is going to have that mechanic, which is a bit crazy if you ask me. But I don't know. I don't know too much about the boss. I think a lot of people are going to hope that... does this cleanse actually? I don't think it does. Yeah, so let's do this. Let's cleanse, because these DOT effects are going to be kind of hurtful for us. I'll try to get a little bit more damage on the board. I hate to merge these, but I'm just going to say oh well. But I think a lot of people are going to hope that the Nidhogg specific character, whenever that comes out, has some sort of rank up, or passive rank up like Jormungandr does now with her Holy Relic, because if you get rank ups on this fight, it makes it way easier, because of the fact that like the whole deal with the mechanic where you have the bar on the side, which you'll see when we get to floor 3 or phase 3. It's basically like you want to use higher level cards, so that way it depletes the gauge faster, and then you have to deplete the gauge all the way to be able to completely kill the boss. So it's a bit weird. It's a bit much to take in. But I think we'll go ahead and do this maybe. I don't know if those are going to kill. Like I don't know what the damage cap or anything on this boss is yet. So Yeah, I don't think this would have killed, so using that Freyja card's probably best. So this actually removes ultimate move gauge. I hate the fact that Elat is on the team. I think it's really cool that people are using her, but the fact that her passive is tied to guild boss only makes her a bit more useless, I guess. Like, you're not getting any unique effects at all from her. It's literally just her cards that you want, the fact that she has a cleanse and an ultimate removal card. So let me look at her stats really quickly. We are getting quite a decent set of stats. All of the attack-related stats, I think. So pierce rate, crit chance, crit damage, you can see those are all being increased by 55%, which is from her Holy Relic, right? Because of the Goddess Race allies. So that's pretty good. We're getting the 10% for each ally, so that's a 40% increase. On top of, we have 2 stacks of her her increase right here, where we're getting 4% to all stats for doing damage. So that's an extra 8%. I'm trying to think if any of these characters are boosting stats as much. I can't remember exactly. So increases all of the hero stats by 7% and damage dealt by 10% for each goddess. So that's just for him, unfortunately. I don't think we necessarily can showcase it as well. I think when my friend was using his team, he's not using this. He doesn't like this team very much. So he experiments a little bit more with a lot of his things. And I think by him running more of like a synergistic team where Freyja should be getting more stats from her allies, you can kind of showcase that a little bit better. So unfortunately on my end, I can't really show you the bug too much, but it is what it is. We're going to use these stance removal cards right here from Freyja to knock off these buffs that he has, so that way we can actually deal more damage. I'm not exactly sure if I want to save these ultimates for the second phase. The whole deal with the boss in phase 3 is that I think tier 1 cards do, or like bronze cards do 3% of the gauge. Level 2 cards and ultimates do 10% of the gauge, and then I think level 3 cards, oof, that's not good at all. Well, that's pretty much going to be a reset on my end, so unfortunate. Alrighty, so I'm finishing up phase 1 again. Kind of unfortunate. I keep forgetting, because I don't play this boss very much yet, I'm still kind of learning the mechanics, of course, so I gotta be very careful on the extort and everything that the second phase does. But going into this phase, I now have Elat's ultimate, which is really good because it has debuff immunity tied into it. So he's attacking my Freyja quite a bit, though, which is a bit concerning. Like, I think I've got enough lifesteal to where I shouldn't have any issues with her dying, I hope. But at the same time, you never really know, because sometimes these bosses are just kind of wacky. I don't know what to say, really. But, alright, got a good heal going there. We have debuff immunity, so we don't get any sort of extort, which is very good. So, he does, you could see it said extort there, but we actually didn't, you know, we got immunity, so we're fine. We do get another flood card, which is really good here. I have her ultimate in hand. I think let's go ahead and use her ultimate. We'll take off another stack here. We'll use the Mayel card, I think. And then I think we'll just use a Liz card. I would like to... I kind of wanted to use the ultimate removal to merge there for more hand space, but I think we're going to need that ultimate removal next turn, unfortunately. So I don't want to get ahead of myself and kind of, you know, completely throw the run off, which I have done this boss fight, I think 2 or 3 times with the sort of like King gimmicky team where you can just use King and Valenti and the Bon combo where you literally just they don't do damage to you because you have a crazy shield on and they're being attack related stat lowered so much by Bon. But I don't know, I think getting used to this team would be more beneficial for me at this point, so that way I can actually have a decent chance of running a floor, or like a floor 3 team, I guess. whenever I do end up getting to that point. I probably still end up, or will not end up taking this boss too seriously, at least until a specific unit comes out for it to make it quite a bit easier, because even with this Freyja relic, like, I mean, you've seen in the last, which I just don't know the mechanics as well. If I played this completely 100% efficiently, of course, I would be in a much better position, but you know what I mean? Like, it's still not easy, and it's just a lot to deal with and a lot to have to worry about, so I just don't want to sink a whole bunch of time into it knowing that it's just going to become easier if I wait. Like, even though there are really cool relics and stuff that I could potentially get, I don't know. I just don't want to waste a whole lot of time worrying about it in these early stages. So you can see here, that might have been a misplay because he gets these attack-related stats cards. That actually might be really bad. Is he gonna... Ooh, yeah, that's a lot of damage. Oh, no. Does she die here? Oh, man. Boy, oh, boy. Maybe I shouldn't have done as much damage to him, because I can't remember exactly what gives him those attack-related stats buffs. Where is that? Is it even considered to be... Oh... I really hate when they do this. They make it to where it's just like a stage gimmick instead of like a passive that you can look at. But you can see he get two 50% increases to attack-related stats right there, which is way too much to deal with. I'm still kind of curious if we can kill here. I'm not 100% sure if we can. I kind of doubt it, to be honest, with those buffs that we have on. But... if I can somehow pull this off and just get the rewards from it, that would be really nice. So that way this isn't like a completely wasted run. I'll be right back. If we end up winning, I'll let you know, but more than likely this is going to be a reset. Oh yeah, looking like a reset. Alrighty, so I'm finishing up phase 2 again, and I have 2 gold cards in hand. I'm pretty sure he gains the attack-related stats buff once you reach a certain amount of HP lost. So if I can try to just use these cards in a way that I'm not going to deal too much damage and still get his bar down lower, I think that is obviously best case scenario. So let's try to use the Freyja card. I think the Freyja card might end up dealing pretty, good damage. This one right here shouldn't do much of anything, which is good because it's just going to lower the gauge a lot, but not his actual health, which I think is ideal. That one did really good damage. It crits pretty often as well, so we want to try to get to a point where we can lower his gauge down to 0 and kill him in the same turn. So he is life-stealing a bit back, which is ideal, of course. So let's use this ultimate because it doesn't do any damage. I really want to get rid of Mael's ultimate as well so we could try to build back up to it, but I think it's going to do more damage than we want it to. We can waste this cleanse card maybe. Merge these for a level 2 and use the Pierce card, I guess. Because that Flood card's doing a lot. We don't really want that Flood card to do too much damage. I think the Pierce card will do less damage. Ooh, it's still pretty good. So now he's at 55. This AoE is going to take down 25, single target, because it's a level 3, will take down 25% of the bar, which is pretty much over half of it. So if we do that, on top of... I think we're still going to have to stall for one more turn. So let's go for Liz's ultimate here into this AoE card with Mael. So that way, hopefully it doesn't do too much damage. I don't think this... Ooh, that's actually a lot. Okay. I'm assuming maybe 30% or maybe 25% of his HP is where he gets the buffs from. So this way we should hopefully be able to heal back to full, maybe? We're still in a really bad spot because I need to be able to do 4 attacks. But I'm not able to with healing in the same turn. So, because this is going to bring him down to, what, like 20%? And then these two cards would bring him down to 0%, but you have to get the bar to 0% and then attack for it to be a guaranteed kill. So I think I'm going to have to stall again this turn. So let's just do the level 1 here, I guess. And then we'll move this card because I don't want to do too much damage. I have to heal here, unfortunately, because Freyja's getting really low. Because that ult doesn't do damage, it's not actually taking the bar down, which is also an issue. I almost wish I could heal him so that way I don't have to worry about the attack-related stats buff, because that attack-related stats buff is rough. He's healing a decent amount. I think best case scenario here... Does he even have any regeneration rate? Because he doesn't seem like he's healing back any. Like at the beginning of the turn, it just seems like he's got lifesteal maybe. So let's... Oh, I guess I don't have any Liz cards to move for her ultimate again, unfortunately. So we're just going to use this to lower it by 10%. Okay, oh no, he dropped below 30. Okay, so this is going to be really bad. That's a lot of damage. He only attacks Freyja too, which is very unfortunate. Yeah, this is going to hurt a lot. Oh, man. That's really unfortunate. Well, I guess we don't really have anything else we can do, so we basically just have to go for the kill and hope that we at least, hopefully we kill this turn, so that way we can at least get the rewards, but this is obviously not an ideal run. Ooh, is this going to kill, actually? I don't know if this kills with a level 2. Ooh, it does. Okay. So, I guess best case scenario, there's at least some rewards for us, but I'm going to have to get way better at this stage if I want to actually start farming it enough to where I can do floor 2. From my understanding, at least from watching Marili's video, he was saying that to do floor 3, you're basically going to have like a 6/6 Freyja, because her ultimate with the Abyss is so important to get like through the phases a lot faster. So I don't know. I don't think I'm going to have any real reason to try to feel compelled to fight floor 3 at all, but I would like to try to get good enough at this fight to at least clear floor 1 consistently, and maybe if I have a good run I can clear floor 2 at this point. Not entirely sure if I would recommend going out of my way for the Freyja Relic at the moment. I think this boss is still really hard. But obviously, like I said, take that with a grain of salt, because I'm still not very good at the fight either. So maybe if I can understand the mechanics more, prep a little bit more for going into the next phase and everything, I would probably feel a little bit more comfortable with it. But yeah, probably going to be a little while before I'm able to get any of these relics without buying the bundle, unfortunately, which I don't plan on doing. The only reason I bought the Freyja Relic bundle is because it works for this boss, and I want this boss to be as easy as possible when I start to actually take it seriously. So yeah, I don't know. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on the Relic so far. Obviously, a lot of people are kind of upset because you know, Freyja has not really come back on any banners since her release, and a lot of people skipped her, and then now this Relic seems to be pretty important to fight, Nidhogg in general. So yeah, I don't know. It's looking pretty rough. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Feel free to subscribe and all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next one.